Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you a video that isn't very Halloweenish, even though it does involve vampires. I will be putting out 2 videos a little bit later on tonight that are still kind of in the process, but they're going to be a bit more focused on the celebration of Halloween, a bit more on the Halloween theme. But this is a video I definitely had to do. Since I got back from Arkansas, I've had a bit of trouble getting back on the horse, you could say. With getting back into my usual routine of videos. I know I didn't do my weekly Vampire Diaries reviews, and this video is sort of making up for that, or trying to at least give you guys something for this week since I didn't do that. It will go back to normal next week, don't worry, and this, my normal routine kind of starts back up with The Walking Dead tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is Sunday, right? Yeah, okay. This video is going to be sort of a general discussion about the latest 2 episodes of the Vampire Diaries, which were Age of Innocence and I Carry Your Heart With Me. Of course, I'm not going to be able to go into as much depth as I normally would with my weekly reviews, but I did want to give you guys my general thoughts and impressions of the 2 episodes and just how I feel about the season so far at this point. Of course, we're still getting, those flashbacks. And we got a really interesting one with Alaric and Damon, involving the 2 of them. 3 years from now, as it keeps on saying, or 3 years from... Yeah, something like that, you know what I mean. We see Alaric actually has kids, and then, they run off, and then we see Damon at the door. They seem to be a little bit more at odds, and it seems like something happened for Alaric to get those kids, or something like that. And that really hurt something on Damon's side of things. So I'm not exactly sure what went down there. But as the season goes on, more of our questions and such will be answered. Give me a second while I let my cat out. Yeah, no, this goes even on Halloween night. By the way, I didn't really dress up for Halloween. I wasn't going trick-or-treating this year. My girlfriend had to take her little sister out, but, we weren't going to go make a big deal out of it together or anything like that. This is me dressing up this year, wearing a Friday the 13th t-shirt. But yeah, really glad I picked that up. But, yeah. So, with those flashbacks with Alaric, we've seen the ones with, Caroline, with her and a fiance, apparently. Each time we just get more and more questions. And I'm just really curious to see where this all leads and what this all actually means that we're seeing in that future timeline. So I'm still looking forward to, getting more answers about that. And, as far as the Heretics storyline goes so far, how are they working as characters so far this season? For the most part, I do like it. I've been fine with the story so far. Forgive me if I forget some of their names right now. Give me a second. Of course, obviously, there's Lily, but she's not one of the heretics. She's kind of the leader, but, Can't seem to find the names. Give me a second, guys. You should have probably known this before I started recording, right? Just another minute or so, and I'll be able to act like I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, okay. Mary Louise and Nora. I knew Nora, I just didn't know her girlfriend's name, which is Mary Louise. I can't say I really care about them as characters yet, but I do think it's nice and different for them to have like a lesbian couple on the show, and it doesn't feel forced. They're not throwing it in our face or anything like that. They're not overdoing the time on it. And as far as the heretics in general have been handled so far, I think they've been handled pretty well. Even though I can't say I'm overly invested in any of their characters yet, I do like how the writing is for them. I do believe in the threat they could pose and things like that. And I do appreciate when they went back in time and showed those flashbacks with Stefan and Valerie in Age of Innocence. It really makes the whole story that's going on in the season between them make more sense. And it was also just really cool in general for me as a fan to see a time in Stefan's life that was before the whole Miss Catherine Pierce thing in 1864, because most of the Valerie stuff we've seen took place in 1863. So in a way, it's just cool to see like even earlier parts of the characters' lives than we've seen before, minus their childhood flashbacks and stuff like that. And of course, Damon's going back and forth trying to get Elena's body from Lily and stuff like that. And Bonnie, Alaric, and Damon end up finding this other heretic called Oscar, and they try to use him as a bargaining chip, but he is killed by Valerie because Lily's wanting to bring another back, by the name of Julian, and Julian was the love of her life at one point, except he is pretty much a dick. So there's that. Even she says he's the type of guy you don't want to fall in love with him, but you do anyway for some reason. And of course that creates this little mini triangle with Enzo, because as we know he's interested in Lily and stuff like that. But I think it's pretty obvious that Julian will be brought into the present time at some point, but we'll see how that goes. And again, I'm just really looking forward to like the long term, not end game, but like where it's all going to end up later in the season. And then of course the Stefan and Caroline romance is still blossoming. For a while there, Caroline and Stefan couldn't really touch each other because Caroline had Vervain skin, but her and Stefan were able to get Nora to pretty much take off the spell when they're threatening Mary Louise and stuff like that. And that actually brought Mary Louise and Nora closer together again through that, because Mary Louise was having a hard time adjusting to this newer world, this more like active and open lifestyle that the world's in now. So yeah. Also, another part of the story I've been pretty interested in is the whole Alaric trying to bring Joe back, and they had to bring Oscar back using that Phoenix Stone. And at the end of I Carry Your Heart With Me, we see that they appear to actually successfully bring Joe back with the same spell they used to bring Oscar back with it. And I knew as soon as I saw Joe's corpse, the actress, just laying in for that, I kind of assumed she would be like brought back into a bigger role again, or she'd be brought back to life. Her character would be. Obviously, she's not dead. The actress isn't dead. The character was. Now the character appears to be brought back to life. The only thing about it is the side effects, because Oscar appears to have this like unquenchable thirst and stuff like that he just can't satisfy no matter what. And of course Joe's wasn't a vampire, but what's her thing gonna be? That's makes her really difficult to deal with, or really what makes it regrettable for these characters bringing her back, because we know it's not going to be perfect. We know it's not just going to be Alaric and Joe reuniting happily ever after. There's going to be some kind of twist to it. And I just wish Alaric could be happy for a change. He had Jenna, she died. Then he had what was the nurse's name? I forget her name at this point. But before he died, he had a relationship with her, and she ended up moving on after he died and getting married and stuff. Last we heard, and then Joe was killed, which was just very, very tragic at the end of season 6. And now it appears like, yeah, she's back, but now we just know something's not going to be right about it. But, yeah, I hope Alaric ends up happy at the end of the series somehow whenever it does end. We'll see. But, yeah. So those are my thoughts on the latest 2 episodes and some of the storylines in general so far. And I also like how Damon and Bonnie's friendship is still a big concentration. And I also like Damon's development at the end of I Carry Your Heart With Me, realizing that, yes, he's still going to carry Elena with him until the day she's able to really return in his life. But until then, he doesn't need to, physically or, mentally completely obsess over her. She even wanted him to live his life until she comes back. So it appears that he's willing to, sort of put that on the back burner until the time is more correct to do so, to focus on her again. But we'll see how that goes. So I've liked the past 2 episodes. I'm still enjoying the season. Just not overly invested in the Heretics characters, but I do like how they're being handled story-wise. So yeah, I'll catch you guys next week, where I'll be getting back to my weekly TVD reviews and originals reviews. I'll also be doing an originals discussion about the latest 2 episodes of that within the next couple days. That'll be a little bit later, as I said, next couple days. Later tonight, you'll maybe be seeing a Goosebumps movie review from me, and I'll also be releasing a Jason Voorhees tribute late tonight as well. So catch you guys for that. Add me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, Movie Pilot, and look for me on SwallowDead.com. Peace.